my son. Sometimes she calls me hun, and she says, how do you like your eggs? There's something about a waitress, something about a waitress, something about a waitress that, turns me on!
I showed this song to my girlfriend and she kind of wanted to shoot me. Hey guys, how's it going? The Road Series Suck here. Back on the road, jamming and driving. As you all know, I've been to the Dragstrip for like the first time in my life. Not too long ago, and I made the video, uploaded it to YouTube, it's scheduled, and then like a couple days later I've been having some thoughts about it, and it's like, you know what, I should make a second, much shorter video, just a few quick thoughts that I've had that may or may not be interesting, okay? First, I would like to make a little correction, okay? The elimination game that track was having. I found that very interesting. Initially, my friend and I thought it was you have to match your time. You cannot go over your time. You have to be under time, blah, 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 blah. Scrap that. The rules are more like you pick a time, the other car picks a time. Whoever gets closest to their time, plus or minus, okay? Plus or minus, closest to their time, and who has the best reaction time off the lights wins. They also spread the lights apart so that, let's say I have 16 seconds, I'm dialing in at 16 seconds, and this guy is dialing in at 14 seconds. So my light will start with a 2-second head start, so that by the end, in theory, if we're both perfect, we cross the line at the same time, okay? So, you know, it's basically putting two drivers up against each other, testing their reaction time and like race time, okay? Now, this is a test of skill, okay? But also, I like this concept because it gives the street cars a chance, okay? Listen, on that day, they were doing they had a street legal drag race day, which means street legal cars were allowed onto the drag strip, right? Everybody was allowed on the street. Now, who shows up to these? People, you know, one or two or three people like me with a slow car just for shits and giggles, you know. A lot of people who have fast stock cars, like, you know, the dude that I saw, this dude with like a Chevy Camaro SS, but it was stock, you know. Cool. And then there are the guys who like mod the shit out of their cars, you know, still street legal, but then obviously like that pickup truck with that big ass fucking turbocharger and intercooler and all of this and all of that. Like, absolutely, he's welcome to the drag strip, fair and square, but if it was races in between cars, you know, it wouldn't be fair to the actual plain regular street cars, you know? So that's a fair game. I like it. It tests skill. Now, granted, there's only so much skill you can test in a automatic car. I mean, there are cars that are just like a little bit squirrely, and there are cars that are dead balls accurate, precise, and that's what my car was. All I had to do was make sure I didn't fuck up the reaction time, and that was my skill element, okay? Some cars, you know, a little bit more plus minus equal the timing, okay? But for other cars, you know, but the testing part is, you know, at what point in the race do you press, you know, do you give it a shot of nitrous, okay? Or when do you shift gears? Stuff like that. It's interesting, okay? So obviously the more advanced of a drag race, or the more advanced of a piece of machinery that you have, the more complicated the race in elimination suddenly becomes, you know? Hit the nitrous too late, doesn't do really much. Hit the nitrous too early, you could grenade the engine, you know? Stuff like that. And I don't know. It's fun. So that was I just wanted to correct the rules a little bit and mention why that game was particularly fun for everyone, okay? I'm proud of myself. I've made it to the last, I think it was the last couple of rounds. You know, at the event there were like, I don't know, like 200 something cars. Granted, in different classes. Okay, they had street auto, street stick, something called outlaw, something called quick 8, I think, and then motorcycles. Okay, so there were like 250 cars total in the street auto class. I don't know, they had, I don't know, 50, 100. But you gotta remember, okay, it's like, but you know, when the elimination round starts, let's say it starts with 100, the next round is 50, the next round is 25. It keeps getting cut in half. So by the third round, there wasn't too many cars left at all. So I think I did really well. My friend complimented me. He said, "Bro, you did kick ass." I think it's just beginner's luck, but fun. So that's the whole spiel about elimination, the rules, why it's fun. Okay. Now, other thoughts I wanted to mention. I had the cheapest car there. My friend pointed out I had the cheapest car there, and you know there is no shame in racing the cheapest car. Everybody had purpose-built cars. Either they put a lot of money and bought like Challenger Hellcats and stuff like that, or they purposefully built drag cars. I was the only one in the plain car, pretty much, that I got for like $5 grand. So no shame to go there and race a slow car for fun. Plus it was an experience. So, you know, if you guys were considering going to a drag race but feel embarrassed about it, don't be, you know. It's a lot of fun, though it does help if you bring a lot of friends, okay? Because otherwise you're going to be drag racing against strangers and it's just, whatever. God damn it, I finished my coffee. And the next thing I wanted to mention is that it's interesting because one, it's fun to see the cars racing, but then two, it's like, okay, so my car was slow as shit. I was doing a quarter mile in 16.5 seconds. Dismal, right? This is where I wish I had like paddle shifters or something. I think like, if I changed the gears quicker, my car would be a little bit faster. So because with an automatic car, I like automatic cars because when I'm in the city in traffic, I just relax. I just feel like I'm sitting in a living room couch just chilling. But I like manuals because you have full control over the gearing, okay? I will admit, sometimes I'm on the highway going up a hill and the car is hanging at like 3,000 RPM. I accelerate a little bit and then it switches gear and I decelerate back to 80 and now it's perfect at 2,500 RPM again, just right. I don't know. And at the drag races, it's like from 0 to like fucking 6,500 RPM and then switches gears, whereas I could just be like from 0 to like 3 or 4, switch gears 0 to 3. I don't know. Thing is, I've been seeing some like $60,000-$70,000 cars. Okay, let's take the Chevy Camaro SS or the LE1 or whatever it's called. It costs 33 grand and it'll do a quarter mile in 13.5 seconds. That's a 3-second difference between that car and my car. I mean, think about this. Okay, my car costs $5,000. That car costs, it's some sort of top of the line model, but it costs like, I don't know, 30 or 35 grand. Let's just say 30 grand. So you pay out $25,000 more for this. 1, 2, 3. 25,000 bucks, please. Okay, in professional racing, of course, that makes all the difference. But in an everyday car, that's kind of funny. I don't know. I just found that funny. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I just wanted to talk about the prices of the cars, how I found that interesting. Okay, the elimination games, how I found that interesting. And yeah, thanks for listening, guys. I know it was just me rambling on and on, but I got a long drive. I just want to talk about things. And yeah, hope all's going well. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.